Hi guys, Zach here, and I really hope you did enjoy the 4 games between Doubt and Viper. A bit of a surprising turnout of those matchups, I suppose you could say. I was really not expecting Doubt to lose that, and judging by your reactions, I don't think you imagined that either. But anyway, that series is over and done with now. And today I'm just going to show you another arena game because to cleanse our souls from the relentless Hun war or Hun whoring that the players have been doing recently, I thought we'd do something that didn't have same civs in it. And so today we've got JonSnow and the Armenian. I think this is Terra, also known as aka Terra, whatever. Basically, he's in green playing as Celts, and down to the bottom of the map in red, his opponent, the Armenian, playing as Mayans in red, down to the bottom here. And I'm going to speed things up for a few moments until these guys reach the castle age and the like. And I love the random maps in Age of Empires because they're just so random. Like, just what is that gate doing there? Seriously. But yeah, you can't control it. They're a bit too random sometimes. So here we go. Nice ball lure there, preventing himself from having to delete his gate to get that ball. Really nicely done. And very good timing. And I think, if I'm not wrong, that JonSnow here, Terra, is one of those guys who does the no eco, all-in kind of strategies. And I think he may be up against a bit of a challenge here because, of course, the Armenian today is playing as Mayans, and himself as Celts is probably at a little bit of a disadvantage. Mayans are, in my opinion, great on arena. Not only do they have pretty good monks, but also the fact that their resources last 10% longer means they get a nice little boost in the start with the boar, for instance, and the sheep. And not only that, but the plumed archers that they can get out once they reach the castle age, which is what tends to happen before we see much action in arena, are really cheap to produce, really fast, and they are pretty good units if you get them massed up. They are cheap enough that you can actually do that. The Armenian now just luring his deer in towards his town centre, and both these guys are going to be getting up to around 26 to 28 population before the advance. JonSnow going up on 27, the Armenian going up on 26, so he's going to reach feudal age first, and I'm just going to keep things speeding up just until they get up to the castle age, because I don't know exactly what is going to happen for the time being, but I imagine not a great deal. A real fast castle there, 13 minutes up, well actually 12 and a half minutes up, the Armenian with a very fast castle, and that is of course very possible to do as a Mayan player. The Armenian starting to gather lots of stone up right now, and that does indeed indicate to us that he will be making a castle once he reaches the castle age. He'll probably castle drop onto JonSnow's wall. Let's see where would be a good position to do that. Well, here would be good as it's preventing access to this gold. Or also right here, which would prevent access to these 2 relics right here. And obviously in arena, it's very important to collect up the relics and go for quite a few. Quite a few relics and get a few monks out as well. As you can see, the Armenian just finishing up on his sheep now, and that's how the Mayans roll with their extra long-lasting resources. And he will probably have just about enough stone to do a castle drop once he reaches the castle age. This is going to be almost timed to perfection, it seems. Just needs another 50 stone right now, and there we go. He's got the 50 stone just as he reaches the castle age, and now pushing out across the map with some villagers, he is going to, there we go, right in the center there, between the 2 relics with the castle, which is of course going to be in range of the wall, and he's going to be able to knock that down. JonSnow, however, just advancing up to the castle age himself. Let's see what he does to combat this. He's obviously going to be up against quite a few plumed archers very shortly, and it's only a matter of time until we see his reaction to what is to come. He's not really got much gold going in at the moment, which could mean that he is going to go for some light cavalry to perhaps deal with any monks that he comes up against. But right now, I got no real idea exactly what he's going to do. He has no idea about this castle yet, though I imagine he can pretty well guess what is to come. JonSnow actually going with a second town centre right here, a monastery inside of his base to collect up these relics. He's got one inside, but he's going to struggle getting these 2 on the outside. Now this castle is going up. This town centre could be his saving grace, however. He may be able to keep his villagers safe inside there. The castle is of course out of range of the walls. Not sure what he's doing here. Is he attacking the wall? Yeah, he's going to attack the wall. It's only a matter of time before that one goes down. This monastery going up though, he is going to be able to collect up the relics very shortly, and he is going for 2 more town centres. He knows he's going to have to try and boom this one out a bit. The Armenian getting out a monk to collect up these 2 relics at the front right here, and a very nice castle placement for him indeed. Now just scouting around the back, JonSnow is soon going to see what is coming to come as he sends his scout over in this direction to have a quick peek. And now this wall is going to go down very quickly once these villagers and plumed archers are getting inside the castle and the eagle warrior is attacking the wall. It's only a matter of time before they get through, but JonSnow is probably going to finish, yeah, he is going to finish his town centre in time, which is going to be nice. That means he can of course defend a little bit against any plumed archers that come in, but it's still going to be challenging if plumed archers start running inside of his base and sniping off his villagers, which would be a little bit of a nuisance for him to have to deal with. A second relic being picked up by the Armenian now, and he has broke through his wall already, 18 minutes in, and a siege workshop going up for JonSnow there at the back. He knows he's going to need some siege to deal with the plumed archers. And is the Armenian going no eco mode? Well, he has only got 1 town centre for the time being. He is going very much all in, I suppose you could say, with this kind of push. Plumed archers, great counter to monks if they can just get in range. Of course, they're very fast units, so they can just do that. They can get in range, snipe the monk off, and the monk is going to have a hard time. Only 5 range on the plumed archer though, which means they are outranged by a town centre, which can be a little bit awkward when trying to snipe off villagers on the farms. And a siege workshop for JonSnow. He's probably going to make a mangonel from there, and at the moment he's not too threatened by the Armenian at all. The Armenian, meanwhile, is just going to continue to make plumed archers, I believe, though he's stopped right now. What is he going to do? Is he just going to focus on economy for a bit? Is he just going to keep the pressure on? I'm not sure. He may go for a fast Imperial, get some trebuchets out, and try and treb down his town centre or something along those lines, or he may get a siege workshop. Possibilities are endless right now. Has he got +1? Yeah, he got +1 on his plumed archers there, but he doesn't have defense on them. Gonna try and come in again to snipe off some villagers perhaps, but just retreating quickly there and unable to do too much damage right now. JonSnow is just gonna try and boom it out a little bit, just actually getting a little bit of a hit on these plumed archers. He really needs a mangonel to start taking out this town centre. Of course, a mangonel here would be excellent. Nothing can really attack it without being hit by the castle. And Armenian now collecting up 3 relics. It's only a matter of time before he gets in more. There we go, the mangonel coming out, missing its first shot, and these villagers are going to take a few hits, but there we go, that mangonel with a great shot there, just killing off 2 of those plumed archers. 1 remains, and it's only on 5 HP, so it really is not too much of a threat at all right now. JonSnow in the lead with the score just. These villagers going to chase down the plumed archers, but if he micros that, he may be able to. No, you won't be able to kill off a villager there, I don't think. Sending the full health one after it makes sense, I guess. The Armenian looking to go for a fast Imperial, I think. I think he's going to go for a fast Imperial because he's almost at 1,000 food. He's nearly at 800 gold, and if he does get a fast Imperial, throw out a trebuchet, down with the town centre it goes, and the plumed archers to back it up. We'll just have to see how much he can do once he gets into the Imperial Age. You see what I mean with the no boom, just straight fast Imperial, go and attack. 22 minutes is upping, and it's possible to do it very quickly with mines due to the fact that, of course, they do have a very good eco, which means that even on 1 TC they can do a little bit of a kind of 1 TC sort of farm boom kind of thing. As you'll see, he's got quite a few farms here. Few idle villagers as well, unfortunately, and this mangonel just picking away at the houses, not too much of a problem. He's got plenty of population anyway, and he is continuing to build plumed archers. Now he's heading on up to the Imperial Age. I imagine he'll transfer some more to wood instead of keeping so many villagers on the farms right now, because he's not going to need that much food once he reaches the Imperial Age. He will be able to just create a couple of trebuchets and continue to make plumed archers, which of course doesn't take any food. If he does decide to go for some eagles, then he will need some food, but still not a lot. It's only 20 food for an eagle. He could do with a mining camp on this side actually, so his villagers don't have to walk so far. That would really help him out there, but missing out on that trick. And now I think, oh no, he's not got +2 just yet. He needs +2 on his army, I think. Castle going up in defense from JonSnow, and this is going to be nice timing here, I think. JonSnow is going to be a little way away from the Imperial Age yet. The Armenian, of course, will be able to get out Trebuchet once he reaches Imperial, probably after this castle goes up, moving a couple of monks in to get some converts on these villagers here. This is really nicely done, and he may be able to prevent JonSnow from getting this castle up. It's not looking likely though. In comes the mangonel, and that's going to be a pain in the ass to deal with. At least these monks are getting in now, trying to do a conversion at the very least. Can he convert the siege? Well, it's not looking very likely, but this castle is going to go up. He didn't really do much with his monks right there, and it's castle on castle warfare. This one, of course, has been weakened. And the Armenian is, of course, going to be into the Imperial Age very shortly, which means a Trebuchet can just come out, snipe that castle off, and there will be very little that JonSnow can do. JonSnow, though, has got a much better economy right now, with 3 town centres, of course, and much more population, 56 to 69 for JonSnow. And these guys are just going to be up against each other with the castles for the time being. JonSnow making some battering rams makes sense as a Celtic player, but out comes the Trebuchet. And this castle could be lost, though JonSnow does have a lot of stone in reserve. It looks like he can get some repairs on this castle, but a couple of trebuchets will probably be enough to take it down, and we'll just have to wait and see whether he's going to be able to do this. These rams now coming in, of course. Rams are not very, plumed archers are not very good against rams, but the monks may be able to get a conversion on there, or if he gets out a mangonel, the rams won't last very long anyway. And JonSnow, oh no, hang on, oh yeah, the trebuchet coming out at the back, I didn't notice that. Woad Raiders coming out as well. They're going to try and raid the trebuchet, I imagine, just try and get that down very quickly, but the plumed archers may be able to hold them off for the time being. They are cheap enough to mass, and JonSnow is going to lose his Woad Raiders here, it looks to me. And these battering rams not being dealt with yet. Why not? You're not dealing with the battering rams. Oh, that's very nice. Getting at 3 conversions on the Woad Raiders there. These battering rams are going to be lost, and the trebuchet just continuing to fire up on the castle right now. And JonSnow might very well lose his castle here. This is very nicely done, converting the Woad Raiders there, and the mangonel coming in just in time, going to be able to take out the battering rams extremely quickly. Plumed archers now with +4 attack, and it's looking very promising for the Armenian in this little situation right here, trying to take out the mangonel once again. But my imagination is, well, my prediction even is that it won't be reached at all. More battering rams coming in, but of course the trebuchet is just going to keep firing. The Armenian making 1 more trebuchet. That could be enough for the time being just to hold JonSnow off, and he could even lose this trebuchet if he's not trebuchet, this castle, if he's not careful. Petard coming in now, and it looks to me like this Petard's going to die before the castle gets hit. And 700 HP, really needs to take this castle down, because once he loses his castle, it's pretty much game over for him. If he takes this battering ram, then he may just be able to hold off for a few minutes, but there's 300 HP on this castle as the battering ram goes down. Another Petard coming in though, and he needs to kill that off. There we go, very nicely done. And he needs to just get repairs on this castle right now. Continuing to execute plumed archers as he manages to do this. And JonSnow resigning there. I'm a little bit disappointed in that. I thought maybe he'd be able to hold on, but I suppose once he loses this castle, it's pretty much GG for him. Yeah, I was hoping JonSnow would hold out a little bit more there. He had a really good eco actually, and look how much resource he had. He could have made a lot more than he did there, and I'm a little bit disappointed in the fact that he resigned there. Not 100% sure why. He didn't say anything in the chat. I was expecting a little bit more from him in that game. So unfortunately, a little bit of an anticlimax there. I thought the Armenian may perhaps have been able to be broken by JonSnow. I mean, he only needed a few more mangonels. He only needed a few more battering rams, and he probably could have had him. And that's a little bit of a shame, because if he did take that castle out, of course, the mangonels right there would have been able to do so much damage, and he had so much more resource than the Armenian did. So JonSnow, why JonSnow? You should have just carried on. You would have been able to probably win that one. But nevertheless, let's have a look at the achievements. We'll be able to see the Armenian did have a much bigger military score. He killed a lot of units there. And the JonSnow did actually lose a lot more. And the reason it says units killed to units lost is different, because he actually got conversions there. He got 3 conversions. As you can see right there, largest army, pretty neck and neck still. And JonSnow with so much more resources in the end. Not much gold though. And you'll have a look, relic gold now on the Armenian relic gold, 1,000 relic gold. But villager high for JonSnow was a lot more. He could have actually continued to push right there. Timeline if anyone's interested. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I've been Zach, and I will see you next time.